it was just the weather or the alignment of the stars yesterday.
Yeah, you're still looking okay on my screen, so I think we're good.
Okay, I'm going to start the Facebook now. Okay, welcome everybody to Move, Meditate, and Make a Difference. I'm Amber. If we haven't met, I think I've met everybody today. But I'm so glad you've made it. Some of you are new, and so I'm going to give my standard introductory spiel, which is, and this is good for everybody, so even though you've heard it before, listen carefully. The goal of this is to move in a space and a way that feels right for your body. So we have a wide range of abilities. And sometimes Aubrey shows up with her 3-month-old, and sometimes my grandma Alice shows up, and so that would be a 94-year range. So big range. And so that means I'm going to provide a bunch of different options for each exercise. Take the one that feels right for you, and then don't judge yourself. Don't give yourself a hard time. When it gets too hard, whichever one you're doing, take a step back. That might mean to pause and breathe. That might mean to just do one of the variations that I offered earlier. But it is super important, because what my goal is that you do today, and then you feel good enough tomorrow to join us again. Now, tomorrow's an exception because we actually don't have class on Sunday. But in general, that's my hope. And on Saturdays, we do a little bit lower key, a little bit more relaxation, more stretching. So because the rest of you who weren't here, those of you who were here all week have been working hard, and it's time for a little bit of relaxation for your body. To do the relaxation, then we have to get our heart rate up just a little bit first. So we're going to start just walking. So just lifting, lowering your feet. Doesn't have to be fast. Can be slow. Stepping, and just start to notice how your body feels as you shift weight. You can even slow it down a little bit just to notice what happens. Let's slow it down a lot and just notice for a moment what it feels like to shift your weight from one side to the other side. One of the things we talk a lot about in this class is balance. I think that's nice from a larger philosophical perspective these days and all days, but also from a physical perspective. Balance is incredibly important. As we age, balance becomes even more important, because falling can be really problematic, can really change things in your life really drastically. So practice your balance. So we're gonna just hold one leg. Let's try and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, switch to the other leg. Just try and hold there for 5, 4, 3. We're not going to do any long balancing. Okay, now we're going to go back from side to side, and we're going to start to increase the speed a little bit. So you found that weight change. Now you're stepping. You can let your arms start to swing a little bit. Feel how your arms connect to your shoulders, how your shoulders connect to your back. Depending on how sore you are, we did a decent number of push-ups this week. Just notice those muscles. The cool thing about being sore is you can start to feel your actual musculature and how it moves through your body. So take a moment when you're sore to say, oh, that's where that muscle connects. Oh my gosh. You can find the silver lining of being sore. Okay, you can keep your legs going, and let's start swinging your arms together, front and back. Just moving your legs underneath. Now let's get a full circle with your arms. Keep marching your legs. 3, 4. Now reverse your arms. They go the other direction. Big, wide circles. Okay, now let's get your knees up to as high as you can. So they might come to waist height. They might come all the way up to chest height. You don't have to go fast. You can go slower than this. If the speed is intimidating, slow down. So keep getting your legs up nice and high. Really feeling that crease at your hip in order to get them up high as you can, while keeping your torso nice and tall. So I'm not leaning forward. Staying really tall through my torso. Okay, now we're going to go side to side. So just stepping from one side to the other side. Again, go slower if the speed is too fast. You can stay here, just side touch, or we'll add a little shuffle. So now I'm just bringing my leg together, adding one step. Side to side. Now I'm going to have you go lower. So this is the first version, just side touch, keeping your pelvis lower. Then we can add the kind of a side gallop, staying lower. And it doesn't matter if you're doing exactly what I'm doing. Move. Enjoy that movement. Now come back up. So you're a little bit higher now. Side touch or the shuffle. We'll do a few more of this higher version. Okay, coming to center, you're going to swing your arms around your body. This is relaxed. Catching your breath if you're breathing a little bit. You can use your hands to just bump into your back as you're going. A little bit of a massage, I think. Floppy arms. Now you're going to make your hips start the action. So send your hip, arms come after it. So finding the cause and effect of twisting your hips, sending your arms after them. Floppy and as relaxed as you can be. One of those rag dolls or a sock monkey. Finding that total relaxation in your upper body. All right, so we're going to do one more to get, well, I'm going to teach it in 2 sections. Okay, so first we'll do the squat. You're going to do as low of a squat as you can. Your hands are going to be here. Maybe this is as low as you go and come back up. So we'll go as low as we can. Everybody start going as low as you can. Keeping your torso, spine tall. So you're looking forward, your elbows are shooting lasers out that stay parallel to the floor. We'll do a couple more of the squats. Good, then we're gonna come to the floor. We're gonna do a couple rolls and we're gonna combine them. The combining will be the advanced version, so you don't have to combine them. So we'll come to the floor. You're gonna sit and you're gonna I'm gonna show it diagonally, but you're gonna roll backwards and roll up. So you're just tucking your tail, curving your back to roll and come up. Roll and come up. We'll do a couple more together. Now, if this is a good space for you, stay here and count. You're going to do 10 rolls, and then you're going to stand up and do 10 squats. So you'll do them separately. If this is feeling like you could do more, the more we're going to do is roll, squat to stand. Okay? So you can do them separate or you can do them together. You might just roll for 10 times, or you might roll, squat to stand. Both options are great. Enjoy whichever option you're doing. Now the way I set this up, it's going to be hard for me to keep track of how many everybody's actually done. So don't worry. You don't get all 10 in. Woo, I lost my balance. And that's okay. You might come to here and then get stuck. That's just great. If you do that, everybody do. If you haven't started doing some squats, do a couple squats. Woo. And everybody pause. So that was the fancy thing for today. So if that felt like a lot, don't worry. The rest will do will be less complicated. That was just to get our heart rates up. So you're gonna bring your legs to beyond shoulder width apart. So they're gonna be wide, toes going straight forward. So I'm gonna turn sideways. You're gonna curl down. So chin to chest. Then your ribs relax. Everybody can start doing this and just listen to my words. Letting your arms reach towards the floor, curling down. Now you may stop here halfway. You may not go all the way. That's completely okay. You can keep going. Or you can stay up in the halfway point. Wherever you are, wherever you find your bottom, the base of your stretch, you're gonna breathe here. So inhale and exhale. And inhale, everybody keep going. And exhale. If you're halfway up, you can add a chair like this, which might make it feel more comfortable. You can rest your arms on the chair. Or you can go all the way down. Inhale. Exhale. You're trying to keep your legs straight. So if that means you have your torso up higher in order to keep your legs straight, that's good. That's fine. Breathing. Noticing where the stretch is in your hamstrings. Is it behind your knees? Is it higher? Is there stretch in your back? You're going to slowly roll yourself up. Stacking your body on top of your heels. Knees on top of heels. It's not quite heels, but it's actually the middle of your foot. Hips on top of knees. Shoulders on top of hips. Ears. So everybody's going to take their thumb. You're going to put your thumb on that little ledge above the hole in your ear. I'll have to ask my dad if there's a name for that. Okay, and you're going to lift that up. So you're trying to extend your spine up towards the ceiling. Makes you look like you have silly moose antlers. But really what you're focusing on is your thumb lifting that spot in your ear, that cartilage spot in your ear up, and feel it extend your spine. And then relax your fingers. Bring your feet to shoulder width apart or slightly smaller, and you're going to roll down again. So same action, just curling through your spine as you head down. As far as is comfortable. So maybe you go to your waist. Maybe this is where you stay. This is a great place. Find your breath in this. Maybe you go further. Trying to stay on top of your feet. So try not to shift backwards. See how my pelvis is going way back? Try to keep your pelvis on top of your feet. And breathing. Notice your breath coming into your lungs. Notice how the muscles around your rib cage feel as you breathe. You're going to bend your knees. You're going to roll yourself up. Again, stacking. So you're stacking kind of on the middle of your foot, then your knees, then your hips. Relaxing as much of your body as you can as you're stacking. Now you're going to imagine that you've got your thumbs in that spot in your ear. You can use your thumbs if you need to. And lift yourself tall. It's like your whole body is just dangling down from that. Take a breath. Take another breath. We're gonna move to a psoas stretch. So whether you're sitting at your home office desk or sitting on the couch, you may be discovering that you have some tightness through here, which can actually also translate to some low back discomfort. So we're gonna do a psoas stretch today. So I'm gonna teach the standing version. You're gonna stand, and I'm gonna show directly side because there's a couple important things to think about. So you're gonna bend your right leg. Your left leg comes back at a little bit of an angle. It's not a huge angle. Now you're gonna squeeze your butt and you're gonna tuck your tail under. So notice I didn't move forward. I'm not moving forward. And you're gonna start to feel a stretch through here. So again, still not moving forward. That would make it a quad stretch. So you're squeezing your butt. Now if you need a little bit more stretch, you can lift that left arm and reach it a little bit sideways. So again, not very far, a little bit sideways, and you'll start to feel a little bit more stretch. And that stretch almost feels like it comes up and back behind your waistband, maybe a little lower. Release that, and we'll do that same side again. So find your centered position, squeeze your butt, tuck your tail, tilting your pelvis in this direction. Shoulders are still on top of your hips. You're gonna find that stretch. Now you can add, your left arm lifts up and reaches a little bit to the side. You don't have to do that. You can just stay centered. If that's an intense stretch, just stay there. And if you're having a hard time finding it, don't hold it. Keep trying going into it again. So tucking your tail, looking for the stretch. Try one more time. So you squeeze your butt, tuck your tail, finding that stretch that runs right through here. The psoas is actually a huge muscle that runs from the top part of your femur up through your pelvis and attaches onto your back of your spine. It's a really cool muscle. And it gets really tight when we spend a lot of time sitting. And release that, and we'll switch to the other side. What's my other side? Okay, left foot forward. It's not a huge stance. Knees are bent. You've got a little bit more weight on your front leg. You're gonna tuck your tail, tilting your pelvis, curving your pelvis in this direction. So the action is that action. You start to feel a stretch through here. You're not gonna feel a big stretch through here, which is fine, it's a different muscle. If you need to, you can lift your arm up and tilt a little bit to the side and notice how that increases the stretch. Keep tucking your tail, keep squeezing your butt to shift your pelvis, to tilt your pelvis. Come out of it. So again, you're tucking your tail, squeezing your butt. That finds a stretch. You may notice that you have really different stretches on the two sides. It's pretty normal. This may not be a big stretch for you. Your psoas might not be tight. And come out of it. We'll do one more. Tuck your tail. Find that stretch. Arm comes up if you want. Reach it a little bit to the side. Just a little bit. And release it. Now we're also going to do a little bit for those tired shoulders. So arm comes straight forward. Thumb up. You're going to cross your arm across your body. Bring your other arm up underneath it. You're going to use that right arm to pull your left arm towards your torso. And you're going to feel a stretch through this part of your shoulder, through the shoulder seam of your shirt. Breathing here. If that's too much, you can just use your hand to get that little bit of press. If you're really, really flexible, this may not be you may not feel a lot of stretch here. And that's okay. You don't have to force it. Particularly if you have shoulders that like to pop out, don't force it. Now the same arm is going to go straight up. You're going to bend your elbow. Now you're gonna bring your other arm over. Now, this arm is just holding it in place. What you're gonna do is you're gonna press your left elbow up and reach your left hand down. So that's where the stretch is. My right hand's just holding it in place. So this is a tricep stretch. So left hand reaching down your back, sending your elbow up into your other hand to find the stretch. And release. Now we'll do the other side. So right hand goes out. Thumb up, cross your body. Left hand comes around and you either use your elbow or your hand to find the stretch, gentle. It can be a really gentle stretch. Breathing. Try to notice if you can have a relaxed neck while you do this stretch. So you can imagine that you have a very soft bobblehead and let your head kind of bobble around. See what that feels like. Are you holding tension in your neck or in your jaw or in your mouth? Release that, bring your arms straight up. Fold your elbows so that your hand is now going down your back. Your left hand is gonna hold onto your elbow, but it's just a support. Send your right fingertips down your back as far as you can and then press your elbow up to the ceiling. So that's gonna stretch your triceps. So I'm pressing into my hand up here, reaching this hand down my back, and then holding here. Breathing, don't forget to breathe. Notice if you just tensioned up your neck, tightened up your neck. And then let your hands come up, let your arms come down. Now let's just lightly wiggle your head. Let it feel really soft so that now, as we go into meditation, you have a nice softness through here. And Jessie will lead us in meditation. Thank you.
All right. I like these Saturdays. They are a good warm-up for meditation. Thanks, Amber. That was a good one. Okay, so everyone find a good posture in your chair or on the floor. Doesn't matter too much if you sit cross-legged or if you sit on your knees or just on a chair, that's fine. Find a nice upright posture. Relax your muscles and close your eyes. Keep them open if you need to take care of your family. Bring your attention to your breath. Today, we're going to find the joy in meditation. So for some of you, this is going to make a lot of sense right away. I want you to just scan your awareness and find the thing that feels the best. Maybe it's your breathing. Maybe it's your muscles relaxing. Maybe it's the sound of silence. Whatever it is, I just want you to go there and focus on that thing and enjoy it thoroughly. And for some of you, this may not make too much sense, and that's fine. For the next few minutes, I'd like you just to pretend that you have everything you need right here in your chair or on the floor to make you totally happy, totally content. And see if you can find that thing that brings you the most joy. If this doesn't make sense and you're still struggling and looking around for that thing, just go to your breath. There's so much in the breath to watch. In my experience, meditation could be more joyful, more delightful than watching a movie or eating a good meal. Anything else you like to do in life, meditation can be the thing you enjoy as well. Just going to let you go on your own, finding that contentment, that feeling of being at home, at ease. Just relax into that on your own. One more minute on your own. And open your eyes. Come back into the room. And thanks for that. And I hope you bring some of that joy with you into the rest of your weekend. It's going to be a good weekend, I think. Okay, make a difference time.
Time makes a difference.
Wait,
Hold on, guys.
We're doing
Remember,
our
you
make
could
it
do your make a difference
at the chat.
after
Yeah.
at the chat.
How would we only do make a difference? How I want to do my make a difference.
Okay, Amber, why don't you start?
I can't remember what it is.
Oh, I remember. This idea is inspired by my Auntie Dawn's idea, which was to express your appreciation. And so we made it a little bit more specific, and that is express appreciation for somebody that you live with today. That may include your pets and your plants.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
that's your make a difference.
Yeah, I
assignment.
think a lot of the time when we're kind of all together in a rather enforced way, we focus on the negative or the annoying things. Today, express appreciation for the things that your loved ones do that make you feel good or help you out in your day.
Yeah.
Say thank you.
Yes. All right, so we are going to switch gears. So we will continue to chat if anyone wants to stick around and chat. Tomorrow is Sunday. We won't have class, but we will start again on Monday. So join us again.
V for victory.
Woo!
Daddy, I'm actually in the middle.
And should I?
It's muted.
You're muted, Amber.